every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 207th day of my challenge, where I've decided that, you know what, I have so many recipes already collected which you guys suggested me trying for the first time on my challenge that I might as well do that. So from now on, randomly, every day, I will choose one of you guys' suggestions and try them out until I run out of those, and then I will just go back to the initial point in my line of the recipes where I was trying. It's 200 and something. So today I'm like so excited because I love such kinds of foods. I remember from childhood when my mom would cook some ribs. Oh my goodness, my brother and I would just sit there for hours picking at every single bone. So this recipe, which was suggested by Jordan, that is braised short ribs, I know will make me so happy. I'm so looking forward to trying this, but before I can actually do that, there will be some cooking involved. And before we go into the ingredients, I want to mention a couple of them. First, I want to mention the short ribs themselves. Now, I went to a butcher with a picture of a cow and where the ribs are, and then with the screenshot of the actual short ribs Laura used so that he would know how to cut them up. But okay, I saw a couple of pieces, he kind of did the same, but then the others are some longer, some shorter. The main thing, it is ribs, I'm sure of that, and it's 2.5 kilos of them, which is important. Other than that, they will look a little bit different from Laura's. And then the next two things I want to mention are the fresh herbs, namely rosemary and thyme. And as always, I will not be using fresh herbs just because I cannot really find them where I'm staying right now. So I will just use dry ones. I mean, why not? I will be cooking for a really long time. So those dry herbs will have some time to just show their flavor. So whenever you do that, that is, substitute fresh herbs with dry ones or vice versa, you want to keep the ratio 1 to a third, one being fresh ones and third being the dry ones. All the things will be written in the written recipe anyways, so don't worry, you will find everything written anyways, but I like to just tell such things in advance so that you would know what I'm changing up. But other than that, I think I'm ready for this. So let's go over the ingredients and let's get started. We're gonna need 2.5 kilos of beef short ribs, 5 cups of beef broth, half of which actually should be red wine, 70 grams of flour, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 80 grams of tomato paste, 1 large onion, finely chopped, 3 large carrots, diced, 3 stalks of celery, diced as well, 8 cloves of garlic, peeled, 2/3 of a teaspoon of dry rosemary leaves, 1 teaspoon of dry thyme leaves, and salt and pepper. Let's start this thing! Okay, first I will season my flour with some salt and pepper, and then I will season the short ribs, which I feel I should call just ribs. Should I? Well, anyways, I will season them with salt and pepper as well. That's why I have another plate, because this is so overcrowded. I feel like I need to do it in batches. I don't really have a plan yet, but we'll see in the process. So once they are seasoned with salt and pepper as well, then taking each rib, I will dredge it from both sides in the flour, shake off the excess, and put it, well, I guess here it turns out, I don't know where, I will continue this process until every single rib is covered with flour. And this is the time when you would take out your Dutch oven and use it. I obviously don't own a Dutch oven, which I feel like I should look into that because I've come across quite a lot of recipes already which require a Dutch oven, so I'm pretty sure that would be a thing in use. But anyways, today I'm intending to use this really heavy cast iron pan / pot, and it does have a lid which I will need, but it has glass in it, which makes me a bit worried to use it to put with the lid into the oven. So I have an idea as for that, but I will share it a bit later. So now I will add the vegetable oil into the pan and preheat it over medium-high heat. And once it's hot, and I do mean really hot, I will start browning up my ribs. Look at this pile, oh my god, it's huge. I feel like it will take forever. So obviously I will do that in batches, and Laura says it should take about, well, not about, it should take a few minutes on both sides, which I'm always so confused about. So I think I will start with 3 minutes and see how it goes, but I'm pretty sure by the size of them that 3 minutes on both sides will be enough. So okay, let's start. Okay, so 3 minutes per side were enough, but man, look at how much it is. I don't think I will be able to fit everything here. Okay, let's see. Now what I want to do, I want to remove, where are my mittens? I want to remove most of this fat, leaving just enough for the, and I've reduced the heat so I don't burn myself. This doesn't look so much actually. Leaving just enough. Is it enough? Maybe a little bit less. For the veggies to saute in, because now I'm gonna add in my veggies, season them lightly with salt and pepper, and saute for 7 minutes. So that's the carrots, onion, celery, and the garlic. At this point, I've turned on my oven to preheat to 190 degrees, as I feel like by the time I finish up with this, it will be ready. So now I'm gonna add in the tomato paste, and while stirring it into the veggies, I will cook it for 1 minute. So it turns out I forgot to mention the wine. I mentioned it quickly in the ingredients part, but as for now, if you're using the wine, you would add it now and cook for 1 minute. As I'm skipping the wine part, that is, I'm increasing the amount of beef stock, I'm gonna add it now and cook for 1 minute. Rosemary and thyme. And now the part which actually is making me nervous. I need to add all of my ribs into here, and the ribs should actually be submerged in the liquid, which I honestly at this point don't see happening, but let's see. Oh my goodness! How was I able to fit that many here? It's like beyond my imagination, honestly. So these ones will not make it to this pot. Like, honestly, like there's no space. I feel like I crammed too much as it is. So they will have to stay. I will Google what to do with them. Not really sure. But now let's move on to the lid question. Okay, I'm nervous. I won't lie, because this is heavy. It will be unstable. There's liquid and oven involved in the question. So wish me luck. Really, like, I'm a bit scared. So, as for the lid, as I mentioned, the lid of this pan has glass in it, and I'm a bit afraid to put it into the oven because it's not really designed for the oven. I'm afraid it will shatter there. So here's the engineering solution I've come up, and I'm really hoping it will work. I'm thinking to cover this with aluminum foil and then put this circular baking pan on top just to kind of press it down. So I'm not really sure if it won't burn. Again, lots of questions, lots of uncertainties. So once that's assembled, I will put it on the baking sheet, which will make it a little bit unstable, as I think this is a little bit wider than that. And I hope it will all end well today. And then put it into the oven for 3 hours. Now, I will be coming every 30 minutes or so to check on it, whether the liquid hasn't evaporated too much, reduced too much. If it will, I will make more of the beef broth and add it in. Well, actually, these ribs should all be submerged. Yeah, I crammed too much here. Oh well, okay. Calming down and proceeding with the plan. Oh, come on, seriously? My aluminum foil is finishing and now I have a hole. As if it's going so easily already. Look at this. This looks really nice. Okay, so now I will remove the ribs and I will actually see you tomorrow because it seems that I will not be able to finish today. By the time this dish was ready yesterday, I didn't really want to eat. Actually, I just wanted to go to sleep, so I've decided to have this dish today for lunch, which I'm so looking forward. Just look at those ribs. Oh my god, they look so good. So I took some of the ribs out from that separate bowl I was keeping them in, and I have my sauce, which was actually also in the fridge. And now I will be able to test out another thing that Laura mentioned in her recipe, that is that in such a way it's actually easier to collect the fats, as when they cool they solidify. So that's why I'm keeping it closed. I kind of want to like surprise myself. The fats should be on the very top, quite white as I understood, like a white layer, and then I'll just scoop them all out. However, if you took them out from, well, if you took it out from the oven, it will be in the liquid form. So you should just take a ladle, take your time, and still scoop out all the fats, because as you saw, these ribs, well, in general, ribs are really fatty and you don't really want that much fat in your end dish. So that's what I'm gonna do first. Then you should actually taste the sauce for seasoning, but I have a feeling it's actually quite really well seasoned. So I will not add any salt or pepper there, but you should definitely do that. And besides, I don't really want to taste it before tasting it together with you in the end as a whole dish. So I will not add any salt or pepper, and if you just took it out from the oven, that will be that. You can eat it, you can serve and eat it. For me, I will add the ribs back there and just reheat everything so it's warm, and then it will be it for me too. Wait, is this the fat? I feel like it's just sauce. Doesn't it look like sauce? I feel like I just collected the very top layer of the sauce, but in any case, fat collection, check. this thing. Now when I think about it, I should have taken just the meat part. Oh my goodness. It's like you don't even really need a knife. Okay. Going to the direction of embarrassing myself a lot. This is so good. This is really good. Like finger licking good. I will take a napkin though. So, oh, this taste. If you're a carnivore, self-respecting carnivore, you should try this recipe. Now, I do have some, I don't even know, not really concerns, but my sauce seems to have thickened up way more than Laura's. Hers is more, well, saucy, it's more liquidy. Mine is kind of, what do you call it? Like a little gelatin pieces. Maybe it's because I had so much of the ribs that they rendered so much fat that it just kind of got into this, I don't even know, texture. I don't know how to call it. I feel like for my pot, for this amount of sauce, I would need to buy maybe 1.5, max 2 kilos. Because now 2.5 were way too much. I still have 2 ribs in the fridge uncooked, and I feel like I kind of want the sauce to be more saucy, you know what I mean? But other than that, I know this will be a very messy lunch with my husband, because we will just eat with hands, because such food needs to be eaten with hands. It's just tastier that way. I don't know, at least for me. And I don't know what to say. Jordan, you asked me to try this, and I've tried, and if you were thinking whether you should try it or not, try it. The only thing though, I don't know if it was because I wasn't hungry, but I can smell it still. Like, if you don't really like I'm lost for words today, I see, like an animal smell, then you might not really like this though, because yesterday I smelled this animal smell so much. Today not so much, but still, when it was warming up, I started smelling it again. I'm not really keen on that, but this is so tasty that I can bear that. And besides, this dish is great because you actually put way less effort than it looks like. I mean, okay, it took some time to just dredge it in the flour and whatnot, but then I just put it into the oven, and actually the sauce wasn't evaporating at that point, so I didn't really need to check on it that often, and the oven did all the job. I mean, this is not done by me, this is done by the oven, I feel like. So I love such kinds of dishes, especially if you have friends over, like lots of people, then it's really handy to have such recipe in your repertoire. But yeah, I think that will be all of my thoughts, just because I don't think you can hear, but my stomach is growling. It's like, give me more. So if you will go and check the original recipe by Laura there. You can find the written one in the description box down below. And as always, I will leave it in both American and the metric systems. And if you like this idea of my challenge, do subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for the recipes I could try out, leave them in the comments down below. Now, my stomach and I will be running away. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!